There is always that one character in Tales, that one character you just don't use in battle. Maybe you don't like them as characters, or maybe you think they're too weak to be picked, but how would your party look if it was formed from all of your least used characters? JRPG. Now this actually comes from the Tales subreddit. A user by the name of OmegaKingAuldron posted this question and I thought it was super interesting. Not only does it reveal certain things about the character choices you made, it also makes you think about the team of rejects you're left with. I had slightly different rules to the original post. I chose to keep it down to 4 characters, as that's the usual active party size in battle, and there are obvious exemptions of course. Temporary party members don't count, but I've kept in the option for certain characters who get replaced with a similar character as part of the story. I didn't really have any rhyme or reason for the 4 Tales games I chose to pick my least used characters from. I guess they were just the ones that stuck in my head when I was thinking about characters I purposefully didn't use. So here we go, I guess. Yeah, strangely for Symphonia, my least played character isn't Regal. I actually used Regal quite a lot. I love all those kicking moves. But the reason for Zelos being my least played character has nothing to do with him as a character. I actually love Zelos, but I just love Kratos a whole lot more. I've finished Symphonia at least 5 times now, and I've only done the Zelos route once. I also never liked playing as him because he always felt really strange to control compared to Kratos. Zelos just never really found a way to break into my party for any significant amount of time. I love Presea and Sheena a whole lot more, and Rain almost feels like a requirement for all those good heals, so poor Zelos was often relegated to the reserve bench. So it wasn't really his own fault, which can't be said for the next character on my list. I just didn't like Soui. I didn't like him as a character, I didn't like his voice work, I didn't like him in battle, just blah. As soon as I could replace him with other characters, I did. I guess Leia is another victim of the all the other characters are better syndrome. I just never found a reason to ever use Leia, in either Xillia 1 or 2. She didn't seem to bring anything particularly awesome to the table in battle, and she was a little plain Jane in the character development department. Leia is just all round a little too vanilla. Unlike my final character, she wasn't quite obnoxious enough. This is kind of a combined one. Rather than Dezel, why don't we just say that my least used character in Zestiria was the Wind one? You know what I hate about Dezel, and to a lesser extent Zavid? That stupid hat. I can't stand it. I wish it would go away and never come back. That alone was enough for me to refuse using the Wind guy in any situation I didn't need him. Plus, there were way more awesome characters available. Edna is one of the best characters in all of Tales, and pretty much had a permanent spot on my team, which left the Wind guy competing against too many less obnoxious hat-wearing characters. So what does my team look like at the end then? Well, surprisingly good. It seems to have been a bit of a theme with my least used characters that they were all kind of jack-of-all-trades characters, or at least they had a combination of strengths. They are like the filler characters who could do more than one role. All 4 of them can heal in one way or another. Both Dezel and Zelos are competent melee fighters as well as magic users. Leia can fight reasonably well, dish out some nice heals, and even resurrect, which Soui can also do, but his damage is mostly ranged. It's a well-rounded group. It's actually a great little team, but what does your team of rejects end up looking like? I'm super interested to see all your answers, so head on down to the comments. Thanks for liking, subscribing, and sharing, and I'll see you all soon.